Hello everyone, I did a little thrifting today and I'm here to show you what I got and test it out with you guys. So, of course, the first thing I want to do is hopefully sterilize this a bit. Something I also noticed while I was at the door picking this up was heavy smoke smell. Not great, but I got this computer for 25 bucks. So I'm not going to complain too much. So wipe this down really fast and I can tell you a bit about it. This is an IBM Thinkpad Type 2648, and when I was looking that up online, Type 2648 was also called a T23. Which, of course, I really hope that is the case because I was able to find drivers for it. The gentleman who sold this to me said that he didn't know much about computers. He would turn it on and save as. It's a great reminder, I guess. Anyways, he turned it on to see if it works. It boots, but doesn't show any windows or anything like that. He said he thought my Lysol wipes are turning yellow as I clean this off. I'm guessing from the smoke, but yes. So he said he would turn it on. It wouldn't show windows or anything, but it would turn on. He said he thought his friend who he got this from probably wiped it clean. The hard drive, that is, which makes sense to me. It's what I would do. In fact, actually, if I sell computers, a lot of times, and they're computers that used to be personal computers, I just destroy the hard drive. It's not likely that somebody's going to be able to recover information off it, but it is possible, and if you have information on there, you just cannot get leaked, like credit card information and login passwords and all that. Then the best thing to do really is just to keep the hard drive. If you don't want to really keep it, destroy it before you send it out. There's just a lot of dirt on here. So we're going to wipe this down, give this one more pass through before we decide that it is clean enough. So, looked up a bit about this computer. The sticker says it was made for Windows XP. That had Windows XP on it, but this type of computer was also first made in 2002, right after XP started. So I looked in fact, they do have Windows 98 drivers, which is what I'm looking for. Especially if I'm going to clean install, I'm going to put Windows 98 on here. We have an expansion slot over here. We have headphones. I guess it's output and microphone. We have DVD. On the back we have, was that for a mouse, I guess? Oh, PS2 for mouse, I guess. No, S-Video. Okay, so that is S-Video. This is PS2 for mouse. We got 2 USB, we got power, we got Ethernet, we got phone, we got VGA, we got serial, we got you know, I'm not exactly sure what this actually is. I think that's a game port. So that looks clean enough to me. We got some peripherals here. But yeah, this all cost me 25 bucks. So if it has problems, doesn't work off the bat, or even if it's just completely broke, 25 bucks isn't much. If I really needed to, I could probably salvage it for more. I'd really like to have it working. This is a tangled mess. We got a mouse it came with. Wipe that clean. This didn't come with the original computer, obviously. It's not IBM branded, it's General Electric, GE. Clean it a little bit and make sure it's no coronavirus. I'm not wearing gloves at the moment, but I'm also cleaning my hands with the same Lysol wipe that I'm cleaning the mouse with. I'm going to clean my hands with soap and water as soon as I get done with this. We got the power cable, of course. Yeah, I guess it's smoke, because everything I'm wiping with this is turning brownish, blackish. Definitely got yellow in there. Obviously, computer this old is probably not going to have a working battery. This need to be plugged in the whole time I'm using it. Just no big deal to me. And he also gave us this wireless card, which I guess isn't going to work on Windows 98. But I don't think I'd want it to work anyways, even with XP. If I was going to put XP on here, it wouldn't be too smart of an idea. So I'm going to leave this out. So once everything's sterilized, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm cleaned up and back, and we are going to plug power in. Okay, and I have Windows 98 on a disk here, which I do plan on using, but got a power indicator, that's good sign. But yeah, so I'll start without the mouse because we have a mouse built in, that's just fine. This is an Intel Pentium 3. Other Windows 98 desktop is down here, it's a Pentium 2. We got just regular keyboard, no number pad. We got sound up, sound down, sound mute, and a ThinkPad button, which I'm not sure exactly what that does. But yeah, so anyways, he said that it turns on, doesn't go into Windows or anything, just stays there. But I've learned from working with computers and customers and clients that you can't always trust what they say. Not that they're trying to fool you or anything, but sometimes they don't really know. So we're going to take a look and probably eventually afterwards put in Windows 98 and try install. So let's see what we got. Got the boot screen. In fact, I guess it's the BIOS. Okay. Check date and time settings. Sure. Let's put in the correct date. It's not 1998. Not 1988 either. It's what I meant. So today would be 5. Is it 30th or the 29th? I'm gonna check on the date really quick. 29, 1:30 p.m. 2020. So that'd be 13. 32. And that worked fine. Let's save and exit. Okay, so Windows XP is on here. It's working just fine. Yeah, I really don't want Windows XP on here for this laptop. I don't really care about the hard drive because we're going to put our own operating system on here. So I'm going to pause this for a second. I'll put this back on camera once I start to install Windows 98. Okay, so I got the disk in. I'm ready to start at the computer and try to load up Windows 98, overwrite Windows XP. Let's see. Temporary boot device will be the CD. Boot from CD. Let's just start setup from CD is fine. In the meantime, I'm going to download the drivers that we will need once setup is done. Place current operating system, remove the files. Probably do need to delete. Format this drive now, press yes. Okay, it's done with the F disk and it wants me to restart. I could probably just go straight into it, but I want to make sure I'm doing this right, so we're going to restart. Set up Windows, share or format the drive. Install Windows Computer. An error was detected while formatting your primary hard disk partition. Okay, so F-disk wasn't formatting the disk well enough for Windows 98 to use. After looking up a few things, I found that I could format it to FAT32 because it might have been an NTSF. Putting back in the Windows XP disk, going through the setup process to format it, and then exiting, which is what I did. So now Windows 98 is actually wanting to go through setup, and we'll go ahead and let it go through setup. Okay, so it's gone through a lot of the setup, and now we are doing May 29th. Oh, this says the 20th for some reason. What is going on? Okay, well, we'll set it May 29th up here. Time 2:59, it's close enough. We're in the Eastern time zone. Come on, there we go. Oh, I guess we hit OK after applying. The final steps of setup here, and then this should be good to go soon. I got a disk here with my drivers, which I can already tell the track point is not doing very well, so we got a driver for that. Graphics driver is definitely needed because the monitor's not looking that great. I got a monitor driver, which I don't know if I really need or not, but we'll see. The old snare drum updating settings. If you tried to play a snare drum like that, it wouldn't really sound very good. I mean, I'm assuming it's supposed to be a drum roll. If it were speeding along, it could drum roll, but when you're like doot 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 doot, that's not a drum roll. Hopefully this shouldn't take too long. I mean, everything's built in. There's not too much extra. If it starts asking me for any drivers, because these aren't the actual INF files, these are EXEs, executables, we have to load them up after we start Windows 98. So yes, if it asks for any drivers, we're just going to cancel through. Speed that restart up. So I believe once it restarts here, it should be booting into Windows 98 and finally done with the setup. I believe, fingers crossed, that it's going to work. Looking good. Okay, it wants my Windows disk again. We can do that. Guess I took it out prematurely. Where is it trying to get these files from? Okay, well, I'm trying to figure this out. We'll stop. Okay, well, after a restart, it looks like it's going to start up. It's going through all the hardware. I can't find any of it, of course, which is fine. I think that's what we're looking for. There we go. Yay. But what? Ah! Cancel that for now. Cancel that for now. Cancel that for now. Come on. Okay, now it's going to start up. This is my driver's CD. Mouse still works, thankfully. Register later. Close. Go to my CD here. Start with audio. Okay, after a little finagling, I got Windows 98. It's got sound, it's got video drivers, it's got monitor and track point drivers, and I kind of wish I would have left the installer CD in as it was going through the installation process. Didn't think at the point I needed it anymore, but it is what it is. And it's mostly working, no problem. So, I'm going to put a game on here really quick. Let's put, let's see. Here we go. Let's do the original Heroes of Might and Magic. The second one is Heroes 2 is probably one of my favorite games, especially as a kid. I still like it, although I apparently am not very good at it anymore. But let's start with the first one. Just still fun, just a little basic. We'll get this up and running in a second, just kind of as a proof that my laptop works. We don't need Adobe Acrobat Reader. Don't need Game Update. Don't know. Yes, I'd like the desktop icon. And boom. Start her up. New World Computing, the NWC. new game. Your standard, normal. Yeah, just default settings. Take that money. So we got games working, we got games working, we got sound working. In fact, it's a bit loud at the moment. Let's turn this down. Let's buy our orcs. Let's go in here to upgrade the town. Let's buy our wolves. Anyways, this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm glad I found this computer. Glad it's working as well as it is. And no complaints, I guess. I want to thank you all for watching my newest thrifting find. This is as it looks today. As a little bit of an update, Windows 98 was having problems still. I think the reason is because when I was setting it up, I thought it was done using the CD and took the CD out. Well, when I did that, it didn't unpack some of the drivers during the installation process that were still on drivers. I mean, generic drivers that were still on the CD. You know, I already have a Windows 98 computer. I thought maybe I could try Windows Millennium Edition. As I know a lot of people don't like it, I've only heard bad things. I've never used it much myself, and as LGR has proven on his show, it's really not that bad right now. Kind of is just like an upgraded version of Windows 98. Well, I was able to install that nice and easy peasy. The drivers that I have that were up on the website say that they work for Windows 98, even though they're having a little bit of problems. And for Windows Me, they work perfectly fine. So, it's not a whole lot to show off anymore. I mean, it's just a IBM Thinkpad computer with Windows ME on it. But, I do want to say that if you liked this, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments you wish to add, please add them in the comment section. If you want to follow what I'm doing, a subscription to the YouTube channel, of course, is always appreciated, and the easiest way to find out when a new video is up. But if you follow me on Twitter, that Matt85 on Twitter, you can see what I have going on, my other streamcasts and podcasts, and any bits of information that I just happen to want to talk about in the world of gaming, technology, wrestling, movies, or relevant thoughts on my mind. So, means a lot to me right now if you want to try and find a way to give me a little bit of that online presence. Thank you so much for watching this. Hopefully I'll get to see you guys again.